website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, so we're talking practice planning. Why should you plan? Because of the 2 previous videos we have been posting here on YouTube. So go back and watch those if you haven't done so. And if you can't find them, go to the channel and then just, backtrack. Frustration is your biggest hurdle, is your biggest obstacle. We think it's all kinds of stuff that goes on the fretboard and with our fingers and stuff we can't do and techniques and I must be doing this wrong. But the biggest hurdle, the biggest thing that's holding you back is frustration. Why? Because if I go back in anyone's history, anyone who has some level of skill, and say, look at what you did. Look at what you actually did to get to the skill level you're at today, then could you do the same things without the frustration and get there even faster because you don't take these breaks when you give up and when you get frustrated and say, oh, it doesn't work? Could you just do what works and then not be frustrated if you had to go back, lose all your skills and build them again? Yes, you could, because you would know the road ahead, right? So if you knew the road ahead, you know exactly what obstacles comes up and you know exactly when you get the results, you wouldn't be frustrated, right? So that's why when we plan, we often even drop out of planning. It's the same thing as practicing because we put out a plan, right? We say, okay, I want to focus on this for this year or this quarter or whatever. And within that, I want to focus on chords. And within that, I want to master all the open string chords that we do down here. And within that area, I'm going to focus on these 3 chords, whatever, right? I'm going to raise them to the absolute top level of mastery over this time, the week, the month, or whatever. That's my plan, right? And then I hammer away at it. I spend 75-80% of my time just doing that. So I reach that level of mastery and get that skill to the highest level instead of dabbling with it and staying mediocre with everything I touch all the time, right? But then frustration sets in because we don't follow the plan, right? That's the next thing. You have a plan? Okay, let's see you do it, right? And I don't know what general or military personnel or person who said this, but it wasn't a military guy. It was Mike Tyson who said that you have a plan until the first punch, right? You go into the ring, the box, and then after the first punch, your plan just goes. But the plan is important because the plan guides your thinking and your actions. So if you look at a guy with a plan who's practicing and a guy who doesn't have a plan, it's a very different experience and it's very different results. Even if the guy with the plan doesn't complete his plan or follow through or create another plan all the time, because that's what we do. This was a eureka moment for me when I stopped having an expectation of me following through on every single freaking plan I laid out. And just saying, okay, I just need to plan continuously, right? I put out a 4-week plan, and if I follow it, fine. If I come up with a better plan 2 weeks into it, then I just create the better plan and go ahead with that because that's what I'm excited about. Instead of going, oh, I can never follow through on anything. Oh, see what I did? Why even plan? Why put out a plan? Why think about what I want to practice for the next 3 months if after 1 week I just go back to doing something else because I can't follow a freaking plan, right? You have to stop hitting yourself over the head and just plan again because it's not so much about the plan even. It's about the focus, right? If you create a 3-month plan and the only thing you get out of it is 1 day of intense focused practice, then you did 10 minutes of thinking work or 5 minutes, and that resulted in some different actions focused on a larger scale instead of just learning one song. So it works anyway, and it works all the time. So keep planning. Keep improving your plans, keep doing it again and again, and follow the steps that we talk about in the 2 previous videos, and I promise you, your results will follow. It's just as simple as that. And planning is really a way of having those frontal lobes in the loop, in the game, instead of reacting like a monkey when you practice and just grabbing whatever's right in front of you. So it works, and just stay out of frustration and just think about The 2 examples I just gave you with the planning, that is not about following through. It's great if you can, but it's also great if you create a new plan. Just don't work without a plan. Well, I did that for 4 weeks. I worked without a plan, so I didn't even follow the plan about not working from a plan. See how hopeless I am? Just shut the and start working from a plan. Now, today, right? It takes only 1 minute to create a plan. Just start working from it again. Cut the blah, 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 right? Just go on with it. There's no failing here. There's no failing at all. And then think about the other result. Well, if you could go back right now, think about that right now, and build the skills you have today again. Could you do so with 0 frustration? Just think about that. Because that can be your future as well, to some degree, if you remember that, right? That frustration itself is what really slows down your progress, not the fact that you have to overcome obstacles. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.